The good part about, getting the first game under your belt is that the rest of the games start coming quickly. Um, just kind of briefly talking a little bit on this past week. To our students that showed up, I thought, you were outstanding. Our team felt them from the start, throughout, and of course to our fans that showed up too. We'll need, for Memorial Stadium to be the home field that we need. Of course, we need that energy that we had this past week, and we know it will continue. Again, it's good to be 1-0. Besides that, that last game seemed like training camp. Something that has happened in our past that's hopefully will make us better as we go forward. Really excited about playing North Carolina this week. Storied program. There's a type of football that you expect from them. A lot of good athletes, well coached. Everything that you look for in having a successful program is what we see. Played a good football game this past week and had a good Georgia team, of course, down by 10 points in the third quarter. So we know who we're seeing this week. Coach Fedora is a good football coach, been that way for a long time. Fellow Texan, I think he was a Austin College graduate. Most of you guys don't know a lot about Austin College, but I do. And their athletic director, Bubba Cunningham, is a past AD for the University of Tulsa. So we have a little bit of a connection. But again, team-wise, talking about things that really matter, there's some things we need to clean up. We need to play a better game. It's as simple as that in all three areas, even though we like some of the things that we did. Injury-wise, we are in pretty good shape. No, you're going to probably ask a lot about Joe Spencer, but Joe was close to playing last week. Hopefully we'll have him this week ready to go. We'll need all of the troops ready to go. Take your question.
Lovie, a lot of people will look at this as a measuring stick game for you. Do you guys look at that after getting one game under your belt, that this is the measuring stick for you guys?
Well, you have to look at it that way. There's no preseason game, so it's about the first game you play each year. That's why I make the statement that I think the most improvement you should see is from game 1 to game 2. We do know now, we've had a chance to finish plays, see guys in a game environment and everything that goes along with it. We went through our game week routine all the way up into the game. So a lot of things we need to do, we went through this past week, and that should make us better this week.
What were some of the things that you thought you could clean up? Because most people look at the score and say, oh, they did so well. But
start from, I think you're going to talk to our coordinators a little bit later on. I mean, there's just too many plays to talk about. We like the result, and we found a way to finish plays, finish drives, but penalties, starting off with that. Had too many critical penalties. Had a long punt return called back. The penalty kept a drive going for their defense. Offensive side of the ball, we left some plays out there. So, again, there's a lot for us to clean up, but that's what you do. I mean, hopefully I'll be saying the same thing, game 10, about making improvements, and that's how it should be the entire year.
Dewan Smoot, who plays with so much energy, how do you find a balance between?
I'm sorry, one more time.
Dewan Smoot, he's got so much energy. How do you balance, not taking anything back from a player who's got that energy, but keeping him under control? How do you find a balance?
I'm not gonna try to keep him under control. The more the better. Any of our players, that energy that they have, that they bring, whether it's in between plays, pregame, but there's a certain type of play we expect, during the whistle, during the play, and that's, of course, being on sides and things like that. Knowing how aggressive to be at the right time, but we won't pull back. We like, as a coaching staff, be in a position where we're having to pull back a little bit. I haven't been in that position very often.
Lovie, on Smoot, if you look at the box score for Smoot Saturday, there's not much there. Is it fair to say that's a poor representation of what he actually did in terms of his activity and maybe helping other guys make plays?
DeJuan Smoot is a great player, and I expect him to dominate each week. He played a good game this past week. That's not the best game he'll play. There's a high standard for him. We should talk about DeJuan, each time we're talking about our team. And I'm going to talk about the entire defensive line always, too, because our entire defensive line really showed up. Rob Bain played an outstanding game. He's not, when you're the nose guard and you're taking on double teams a lot, you don't get a lot of credit, but he played good football. Of course, Carroll Phillips did. Jamil President. Our defensive line really showed up, helped an awful lot on the back end.
How would you assess the tackling from Saturday?
We'll be better this week. That'll be another standard answer I'll be giving from week to week. You want to be better the following week. We had some missed tackles, which every team you saw in college ball had missed tackles this first game, but you just work to keep improving on it. I like the effort. We talked about energy a little bit. I like the effort and playing, defensively playing hard. We had quite a few plays where we had all 11 guys in the frame around the ball, which is a good thing, which we're striving for.
What are sort of your just high-level, immediate reaction to watching the UNC-Georgia game?
I thought it was first off, entertaining game as a college fan, but competitive game. Two good football teams playing early on, and all right down to the end. I know the score. Then you look at the score, but that was again, North Carolina was up late in the third quarter. They're up by 10. So I saw two competitive teams with good talent. Two that you talk about just what they tried to do. Two teams committed to the run. He had big passing plays in the passing game. You saw what special teams can do to a game when you have a special Switzer is a great player, can change the course, momentum in a game just like that. And you saw that a little bit.
They've got two dynamic backs in Logan and Elijah Hood. What's that do for you guys in terms of prepping for two different backs like that?
Well, it's we're going to play our defense, but both of them are a little bit different. One, really both can go to distance right away. Again, it doesn't really matter which one is out there. Both of them are great players, can change the outcome of the game. Both had a big impact throughout that game. So as much as anything on which one is in there, you just need to know that whoever's back there can break a game open in a second.
How did you feel?
Offensive line also, we talk about the running game. They have four other five linemen are returning, from last year. So that has an awful lot to do with how productive they were in that running game this past week too. Yes.
How did you feel Darte and Jordan Fagan filled in at guard?
I thought they filled in well. Two players hadn't played a lot. Darte, true freshman. I don't know how many freshmen we played, but we played a few. That's quite a bit that goes into a freshman getting out there in his first college game. So Darte did a decent job. Fagan also. And that's why playing a game like that when you had an injury that forced guys into action, we needed to see how they would respond, and they responded well. That kind of game, that kind of day, Monday, a lot of things going on.
Do you like
I'm sorry?
Do you like night games?
I like 2:30 games better, but think about a night game. Night games are normally primetime games. You get a chance to show more people, what you have as a team. So I know we're excited about this night game. Excited about the game day atmosphere I'm sure we're going to have here. We keep talking about having a home field advantage here. Part of that is kind of the whole experience that you have, and it should be a special one this week.
You talked about recruiting and how you guys have progressed. Is the next showing people what you can do in games like this?
Yes. First, just them seeing us play, period. They got a chance to see us, see what we are, our philosophy on how we're going to win football games. But, yeah, now to see how we match up against a better football team with a little bit more of a spotlight on us. I mean, that's the goal. So we're excited about taking this next step. It's early in the year. But for us, this is a big game. I don't know how North Carolina is looking at the game. The way they beat us up last year, you know. But for us, it's a big game and a true measuring stick to see where we are.
A game like Kendrick Foster had gives him a little confidence going forward.
No doubt it does. And you can, running back. Running backs want to get it in the end zone. All running backs dream of scoring longer runs, breaking it and not getting caught from behind. You're backup running back at that, and you get, you're going to have limited reps. You need to make the most of them. I think Kendrick took full advantage of the opportunity he got.
Justin Hardy filled that veteran, maybe leadership role in the wide receiver room.
But what you need a veteran to do is show up every day and be a leader by example. Yeah, if he talks, if he vocal, that's a good thing. But you need him to show by his play. And Justin has done that. Workouts throughout. He's one of our leaders. He's that way in practice every day. And you want to see it on the football field. It's a good start for him.
Going back to Foster, he almost transferred last November. Was there anything that you addressed when you got here? Or
You say what now?
declared that he wanted to
Kendrick.
transfer? Yeah.
Okay.
Was that anything that you addressed when you got here?
No, okay. Believe it or not, I don't read an awful lot, so I didn't know much about that until just lately. My first day here, he was one of the bright-eyed guys that was looking at me. He's done everything I've asked him to do, we've asked him to do. So that's all I know about Kendrick is that. I know he's loved being on our football team, again, the entire time I've been here, and we're glad he's here.